The other side! Yeah! What's the other side? Hi, I'm Will the Grouch.
What the hell are you doing now?
Well, your video got more views than mine did. So I guess my videos are just trashy, huh? I hope you have a crappy day.
I wish I had been adopted.
And you can keep your trash!
Welcome to another episode of The Other Side. I'm Wesley.
I'm Will.
Today we're discussing...
Movie news.
Jesus Christ. This week's news in all your upcoming movies. Civil War. Not much is known except that it has a massive cast. It's being called Avengers 2.5 by many, and looking at who's in this movie, it certainly is. Unfortunately though, no Nick Fury. That's a bummer. Samuel Jackson reportedly has 2 movies left on his contract. This apparently won't be one of them. And then Spider-Man. Is he in? Is he out? What are your thoughts?
I think Spider-Man is a post-credit scene. He's out. He's
post-credit.
Yeah,
He could be perhaps. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Peter Parker, to have Peter Parker introduced in this movie. They could maybe even do a slick little introduction. You know, maybe no one's paying much attention to him, but with what sounds like the government cracking down on superheroes, I would like to see not a lot of Spider-Man in this movie, because this movie is already packed to the gills.
Well, they're already shooting it.
Yeah, and very little is even being said about Crossbones, Baron Zemo, 2 villains, Baron Zemo being a major Hydra villain that's in this movie, but not much is being talked just because of how many superheroes they're packing into this. And then I personally have a prediction for Civil War. In the comic Civil War, if you didn't read it, at its conclusion, Captain America's side loses, and Captain America is assassinated at the end of Civil War. I don't think this is going to happen in the Marvel Universe.
Spoilers.
I personally wouldn't be... It's an old story. If you haven't read it yet, you knew it. It was all over the place when he was shot. Not as big as Superman, but it was a big deal. I personally think they're going to flip the script on this one. I think Robert Downey Jr. goes down in Civil War. He might not die, but I do think this is one of the last times we're going to see Iron Man in a prominent role in a Marvel movie.
If I'm not mistaken, I thought they were both going to be in Infinity Wars.
He might be, but Robert Downey Jr. is stepping his role back.
That's true.
He said that himself. He might have a bit part in Infinity Wars. I wouldn't be surprised.
X-Men news. Storm, Alexander's ship, looks like she might be sporting the Mohawk, which I'm excited about because I always thought that was Storm's hottest look. I dig the Mohawk. I'm a child of the 80s, so Mohawks were cool back then. Batman news.
Batman news. Batman reportedly pictures surfaced online of Batman on the set of the Suicide Squad, which is set to open August 5th, 2016. Interesting. It makes sense putting Batman in this movie as it does feature mostly his rogues gallery, and it would be a good way to bring these characters into this quickly assembled DC universe that they're making.
Go Batman. Kick some butt. A little bit of Star Wars news. Star Wars Rebels comes out on DVD September 1st. And if you are a Star Wars fan, plan on being broke in September, because there's comics, there's novels, there's a whole crap load of action figures, Legos, you name it, and we get to enjoy Star Wars Rebels, the first season. Independence Day.
It's Independence Day 2.
There's a new Independence Day 2 poster that came out today, and it looks like a giant alien world is going to crash into the Earth. I don't know, maybe it's a giant spaceship, but it's pretty impressive. Check it out.
It's an impressive picture. This movie, to me, I'm not quite sure what to think of it, honestly. A sequel this far after the original. Now, granted that they are able to bring in some of the original cast, and they will have aged, and it makes sense that a retaliation from any alien would take place much later after the initial battle in that space travel, but I'm just personally not sure if this one's gonna work.
Well, it took this long just to clean up the spaceships.
I guess it must have, but Jeff Goldblum's returning in it, so I guess we'll just have to see. Not too much news on it yet, other than that the poster and that it takes place in real time after the first movie.
The Jurassic World comes out this weekend. You gonna go see it?
I think so. It looks like it's gonna be a good one.
Friday.
Want to see the albino T-Rex Spinosaur? Wonder what they're gonna call it.
Big badass dinosaur.
That works for me.
That's The Other Side, and that's your movie news. We're out.